So the Frost Invasion event finally came out, and with that we also have a new enemy index. In this enemy index we can see all the enemies in the game, their animation and their stats. In the future there will also be lore for these enemies. That is, for every enemy other than the new event enemies, the Frost Invasion enemies. So today we'll be going over some of the documents I've obtained, including some pretty big ones, and just read through them, analyze their lore and their meaning. Once again, this is part 1 because I will be trying to collect all of these in the event before it ends, so expect part 2 soon once I finish with all these. Starting off, there is the Ice Beacon. I don't even know why this is a document, it has nothing, it's just the beacon Frost Spirit uses to heal himself. However, it's the same beacon as the Fallen Axle. This may be its own separate lore video because there are many similarities between Frost Spirit and the Fallen. But once again, that will maybe be its separate lore video. Now, let's get into the enemies. Let's start off with the Snowy. The Snowy is a creature that dwells on mountain peaks and within ice caves. What resembles fur is actually compacted snow from blizzards, and their sharp claws are used to climb ice. They often hunt in packs, but remain mostly solitary. Nothing much here, just the enemies from the early game. We then got the Frozen. While cute to look at, Frozen are often referred to as the Surprised Man. Legend has it that they are the spirits of those who were lost during snowstorms and passed into the Frozen Realm, which may be some kind of afterlife. They are aimless wanderers in the Frost Realm, where accumulated snow on their bodies turns into ice which acts as armor. Once again, nothing much here. We have the Snowmen. Snowmen are often found rolling balls of snow around fields of energized ice, hoping to create a friend. Being lonely creatures, they often roll snowballs as a group until more snowmen are created. After some time, snowmen will fight for dominance and entangle, becoming one giant snow golem. Unfortunately, the UI is kinda bugged, so we can't see the full thing. Then we have the Snow Minion. Snow Minions are rascals who enjoy terrorizing other frost creatures with snowballs. It's believed the snowmen learned this habit from watching the Snow Minions. While universally despised among the Frost Army as pests, their cunning nature makes them valuable distraction. They will throw snowballs at towers and units. The Packed Ice. Packed Ice is a specialized foot soldier of the Frost Army. During their creation, their core beliefs are embedded within their body, marked by an exposed heart. Their motto is simple: become the best defender, for survival depends on it. The Frost Undead. Unknown to the Frost Realm, these monstrosities are handcrafted by the necromancers to be the most fearsome fighters. Unnatural to their world, the Frost Undead prowl like ferocious feral beings. Elongated claws grip the earth, while large jaws lock onto their victims. On the battlefield, the Frost Undead are created by the Frost Necromancer. The Frost Invader. Frost Invaders move in groups, charging into battle with their hand-forged armor that deflects most attacks. Their capes, crafted from fine crystal horn wool, provides additional lightweight protection against ranged units. These high-health units enter the battlefield strategically, waiting until their target has been weakened. The Crying Angel. Now this is an interesting one. The Crying Angel is a follower of the Frost Spirit. It is created when devoted members of the Frost Army undergo handpicked transformation. Through the Frost Spirit's will, any creature can become one of these aerial beings adorned with chains, wings, and the follower's halo. This transformed creature now circle above the battlefield. So the Crying Angels are members of the Frost Army that the Frost Spirit decided to promote and give part of his power into, and thus why they turned into these flying enemies. But then we have the Frost Mage, which is personally one of my favorite enemies. I love its animation and everything. Frost Mages are envied by the Crying Angels for reaching sainthood in their beliefs, where the Frost Spirit grants them a portion of its powers. Though chained by their duties, they remain devoted followers, their clothing reflecting both their strict orders and granted freedom. The Frost Mystery is considered one of the most terrifying creatures in the Frost Realm. It has an exoskeleton made of tough solid ice, while its insides contain water that cannot be frozen. According to legend, these beings are created from those who fall through frozen lakes and never resurface. The shadowy figure, and it cuts off. Come on, Paradoxum, fix this UI. Next up we have the Frost Ravager. Guardians of the Frost Realm and Frost Spirit, Frost Ravagers are deadly foes transformed into the most fearsome defensive enemies. Carrying the light of the Frost Spirit, they wield thick, heavy shields made of umbrite. As their shields are depleted, Frost Ravagers speed up towards their targets. Frost Heroes are the champions of their craft, the most fearless fighters in the Frost Spirit's army. Adorned with the finest crystallized armor and woven crystalline Frost Spinner silk, their decorated appearance matches their weapon, forged by the Maker himself. And then it cuts off again. The final one and the biggest one for today is obviously the Frost Spirit. The Frost Spirit is one of the most powerful entities in the Most Realm. Keyword, one of the most. Leading his own army, he commands all creatures under his domain. His followers fight unwaveringly for his cause as he demands absolute order and sacrifice to fulfill his desires. Once enraged, his patterns change. That is it for this first video on the enemy index. Once I collect more of these, I will make a part 2, as there are some enemies I still haven't collected, such as the Frost Necromancer. I also hope TDS fixes the UI so we can properly read them all. But anyway, I will see you in the next one.